Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to my channel Learn with Your Body, and today I am here with another video of our compiler design series. Today we are going to learn about follow. Okay, in the last video we have learned about first, and now we are going to learn about follow. Well, follow a here we can see that means a terminals that can appear immediately after a and only defined for non-terminals, and the rules of compute follow is $sign is the star symbol. Okay, and all of this we will learn after some time with a table. Okay, and here is a grammar, there's a follow series. We also learn this in that table. So now let's go to the table to learn about the first thing. We will calculate the value of first and follow of these given lines. Now let's see. For the first of e, here we can see that we have t and e prime. Okay, so for this we need to know the first of t, and for t we need to get the first of f. Alright, and for the first of f we can see that here is the f is id and the opening bracket symbol. Okay, so these are the first of f. Okay, now let's know the first of t prime. Okay, here the t prime, for the first of t prime we have the star. Okay, so we will take star at first, and then we will write the epsilon. Okay, so those two are the first of that t prime, and after that we will take the we will write the value of t. So here we have that f and t. Okay, at first we will write the value of f here. Okay, as we have f there, so we'll just write them that value. And here we have e prime. For e prime we have plus and then epsilon. Okay, we will write the terminals, that's why we are writing id plus epsilon, multiplication sign, and so on. So here for e we have to know the follow first of t, and for the first of t we have the f, so that's why we have written the same first that we written for f for t, and we're writing the same first for e. Okay, now let's know about follow. Well, there are some simple rules like follow epsilon is not allowed. And do you know what is follow? At here we have written something like, well, follow is the alphabet that is being written after the non-terminal thing. Okay, like for e, if we had an alphabet like for terminal like a smaller a, that would be the follow of e. Okay, here we have taken the $sign because it is a starting symbol, and in the ending symbol we have taken the closing bracket. As we can see that for the follow of e, at first we will look at the left side of the arrow, and then we will see where we have that e. Okay, so we have e at the last line, and t is being followed by the closing bracket, that's why we have drew a closing bracket here. And for here e prime, okay, we need to see where is t prime as well. T prime is here, but it is not being following by any kind of terminal, that's why it is directly going back to its origin, that is also e prime. And for that e prime we are going to the previous e prime, and for that reason we are writing that same follow that we have written for the first one, that, and here we have the same follow for the first e and for the next e prime. Okay, and after that, to get the follow of t, here we have t prime, but t prime is not being followed by any kind of terminal, so that's why it will look at the left side and it will look for the t, that where they are. But here in the first we have that t and e prime, that's why we have seen that the t is being followed by some non-terminal thing. Okay, that's why we have gone to that e, that the origin of e prime, that's why we have written the follow of E at for T and also plus for in the second line where we have another T, there is a plus terminal. That's why we have written plus dollar sign and the closing bracket. So yeah, after that for T prime we have that T prime is not being followed by anything, so we will look for T, and that's why we will write the follow of T for the follow of T prime. And after that we have F. So we will look for the left sides and where F is being followed, where F is being followed in a third line but by a non-terminal. So here we will go to T prime for T prime's terminal, and that's how we will follow that box. All right. Sorry, let me just go to there. Yeah, here we have that first versus follow. Well, first is the beginning symbol and follow is the ending symbol, and first is used for prediction and follow is used for epsilon productions. So at here, as I have said before, why we have that. Okay, let me just say it again. In the last line, here we have taken the follow of T prime, and at first T prime has a non-terminal that is the star, so that's why we have taken the star and then the follow of the T prime. Alright, so yeah, that was our first and follow, and if you guys face any problem please feel free to knock me. So till then, Allah Hafiz.